BBN Jack Frost. What's up, party people? How's everybody doing? I'm hoping everybody's having a beautiful day. Ton of stuff. First, we're gonna be talking about Gucci Mane got this by Joe Budden. This is interesting. We're gonna talk about that. Also, there is a YouTuber who got home invaded and got shot. We gotta talk about that to a degree. And I want to have a little tiny discussion about something that LaRussell said in regards to Rock Nation. I'm gonna have a tiny conversation about that if y'all don't mind. But before we get to any of that, I just want to cover some real quick BBN business. So for everybody that don't know, we do a lot of different things over here. And often because I do so many different things, it might seem like I'm doing nothing. But today I made a lot of progress. For the last couple of, I'll say, years, I have been trying to clear up one of my accounts that's on a different platform. I've been trying to clear up one of my accounts that's on a different platform, the platform that I usually sell my books on. It seems like we have finally fixed the issue that we had over there. Basically, what had happened was a while back, they had stopped my... I had a problem logging in, and because I had a problem logging in, they disallowed me to be able to sell the product. I did not know that at the time. I thought I was still able to sell the product. What happened was I had people trying to buy the product, and it wasn't allowing for them to purchase the product. So now we have that whole entire problem fixed. Now people could purchase the products. But the problem is we wiped all the projects off the slate. We will be uploading some of the projects, and we're going to be having other projects going as far as what we're currently doing. Besides just putting up the visual one, we're also going to be putting up audio books also. So I've been working on that all day. It took hours. So that's what we're doing. As always, I'm always trying to branch out and do different things. As soon as we be able to get this cleared up, it should take a couple of days maybe, and then I'll be able to much more easily streamline. Don't worry, I'm going to keep everybody in tune. I'm going to be posting on Instagram, so that's where we're going to be promoting the book at anyway. It's going to be all of the interests, just so we can be clear. So, a little bit more BBN news. So, I was talking to one of our supporters of the platform, and so we're thinking about maybe, and I told the person, if they want me to do it, I'll do it, because, you know, they're a supporter of the platform, a big supporter of the platform. If they want me to do it, I'll do it. But we've been thinking about maybe opening up the chat for one day out the week. But I think it's a waste of time, because all that's going to happen is people just going to come in here, yell and scream, and then I'm not going to be doing any kind of real content. So I just think it's a waste of time. I don't really care to do it. So I'm only going to do it if somebody pays for that day. So when I leave early, because I'm going to most likely leave early. So when I leave early, at least I didn't have to just start the show for nothing. So if we get something going on like that, then I'll just open up the chat. And I'm probably only going to be here for about 5 or 10 minutes, maybe 20 minutes, because I'm not going to want to deal with this shit, and I'm going to leave. With that being said, let's talk about this Joe Budden. R.I.P. Lisa Marie Presley. For everybody that don't know, Lisa Marie Presley passed away today. Something that happened, and she was rushed to her hospital where she was in cardiac arrest. When she went into the hospital, she was in cardiac arrest. She didn't make it. She's passed away. As everybody knows, Lisa Marie Presley was the only daughter of Elvis Presley, which is extremely sad, because did she have any children? I want to say something. One of the commandments in which we're given by the Lord is to be fruitful and multiply. So we're supposed to want to have children and attempt to have children, especially if we want to do what God wants us to do. We want to be fruitful and multiply. So it's a shame that this woman, for whatever the reason is, didn't have any kids. I don't know if she has any kids. I just don't believe that she did. With that being said, if anybody knows about, y'all can't tell me. So I don't believe that she did. So with that being said, Lisa Marie Presley has passed away. Let me just make sure that I can get to before I actually get to the Joe Budden, what he said about Gucci Mane. And there's another thing that I want to say about Gucci Mane in general. There's a couple of things, and then that's how we're going to start the show off. Hope everybody's having a beautiful day. I tell you what, this is how we'll do it. If we get to 75 likes, I'll open up the chat. We're not going to get to 75 likes. But I'll split the difference. I want to say 100. If we get to 75 likes, I'll open up the chat. I don't want to open up the chat, so I'm not even never going to ask for anybody to like the button. I'd rather not get any likes, to be honest with you, than open up the chat. I prefer peace of mind. Just thinking about opening up the chat, I don't even want to do the show no more. I ain't gonna lie to you. Let me just get right to the show. Because I'm just thinking about opening the chat, and I don't really want to do the show no more. To be honest with you. So Joe, why does that say Joe Biden? Change it over here. Why the fuck that shit say Joe Biden? People gonna come in here like, yo, shit, Joe Biden, this nigga. No, Joe Budden. What the hell? Shout out to the Sun Shipment over there. All the things. Saloon is open. I mean, I forget to say that at the beginning of the show every day. Yes, Elvis, Lisa Marie Presley, she was married to Michael Jackson. They were married, I believe. Were they married? I think they were married, homie. But yeah, they definitely dated. Joe Budden basically said the same thing that we said before, but Joe Budden adds something on top of it. Let me see if I got the clip. I'm just gonna play it from here. I've been dealing with Amazon all day. And it's really was exhausting. I don't know no way to say that. It was exhausting. And then after that, I spoke to some of you guys actually that I haven't spoken to in a while. Called a couple of you guys up. Spoke to a couple of you guys. What am I looking for again? Okay, cool. This shit kills me. I don't know why people.
Rap in the last decade, we have never seen this many people die. True. Okay. We've never seen this many shootings, stabbings, arrests, click beef, arrests, Ricos. I have never seen it in hip hop. True. Quite a couple. That conversation runs concurrent, well, I'm about to say, with, for me and the rest of the musicians, the death of the A&R. The death of musicianship, like those are together for me. So when I say Gucci Mane's scouting needs to be under examination, it's because this is now what, 8, 9, 10, I don't know, but a whole roster that is just suffering from the different strokes curse, and I don't think it's coincidence anymore. So I don't think it should matter, back to the skip argument. I don't think it should matter that the same thing has happened in rap in the last decade, where we have never seen this many people die. True. Okay. We've never seen this many shootings, stabbings, arrests, click beef, arrests, Ricos. I have never seen it in hip hop. True. Quite a couple. That conversation runs concurrent, well, I'm about to say, with, for me and the rest of the musicians, the death of the A&R. That I don't think communism should come before that. It don't matter that one of them made a good song and now it done sold however many millions and then made however many millions. If back to the know how to move in this new space. Like, life expectancy for rappers is short already, yo. For me, I'm talking about for me as a rapper, it's scary as shit out there right now. It's scary. For quite a few. So what I'm saying is, but let's not quite a few reasons. I'm focusing. I'm zeroing in on one reason. Because what happens is, and we've had this talk a bunch, these niggas, I'm not tippy-toeing around this in 2023. These niggas are stupid. We're going to talk about take it right after this. These niggas sign niggas. They get their money. They take their money that, I don't think communism should come before money. They do something else with it. Now we went and bought a bunch of guns. We went and bought tanks. Now we have reasons to be in every city around the globe. We got reasons to move around with 80 and 90 people, SWAT protection. There's a reason that this shit is going on, and it ain't so music based, but it's all in the music business, and only here. Money. They do something else with it. Now we went and bought a bunch of guns. We went and bought them.
First thing I want to do is, do you think Joe Budden has a point? For everybody that heard it. I'm not putting the 50-50 thing. Do you think Joe Budden has a point? It sounds to me like Joe Budden's point basically is these dudes get money and they don't know how to handle their money. They get their money and they go do all the bullshit with their money that's going to lead to them dying quicker. That's what it sounds to me like Joe Budden's point is. I want to just say something else. I'm not saying Joe Budden is wrong. I do agree with him to a degree, just so we can be clear. But I want to say this. Listen and pay attention. You know how I keep telling you, you don't really become adult till you're about 25 years old. Because you have to learn responsibility. You don't really learn responsibility when you're in high school. How the fuck you gonna learn responsibility? Most people don't learn responsibility by the time they get out of high school. Most people don't learn how to be responsible. Most people don't learn how to be responsible by the time they get 21, 22 years old. They still irresponsible. Now you take a person from a toxic environment. How responsible you think they're going to be? So what these dudes is doing, they signing these guys and they giving them the money, but they're not giving them no guidance. That's one. I believe that's what Joe was saying in a different way. They're not giving them no guidance. You see, before when they say, all right, we're going to sign you, we're going to give you this little bit of money, and we're going to, we're going to pay for everything. We're going to put you in a house over here. We're going to get you a car over here. We're going to get you a woman so you could, you could be busy doing what you need to do and so you can work and you can operate. What's happening now is these dudes is getting this money, and I know what Joe is saying. They're going all over the place. That's happening. But these dudes is getting their money, and then they still live in the hood. I think that's what's happening. I think they're getting the money, and then they still living in the hood. You know what happens when you live in the hood? You do hood shit. So these niggas ain't moving these guys out of the hood. Why? Because the whole reason why they got them was because they was hood dudes. I think it has to deal with the people that they're giving deals to. Period. I think because of the current climate of hip-hop, you have to have a certain type of volatility in order to be able to win. They don't want a good rapper. They want a rapper that killed somebody before. They want a rapper that almost died. They want a rapper that got 100 goons behind them. They don't care how good you can rap. How many people do you got that'll kill a nigga? That's what they care about. And when I say they, I mean the public. I don't mean these record labels. The record labels are just happy to push it. The record labels are looking for that also. So if you come to them with that, they're good with it. That's one problem I think exists. Just so we can be clear. That's one problem I think exists.
I was on a train the other day.
Nope. That's one problem I think exists. Our culture is so toxic that people are saying they want to win, so they have to also be toxic. They can't come bring a positive message, because if you bring a positive message, niggas gonna turn the TV. If you bring a positive message, niggas gonna swipe left. I don't know what swipe left or swipe right mean. I think swipe left means you're not interested, right? If you bring a positive message, don't nobody want to listen to you. The worst thing you could do is bring a positive message. The best thing you could do is want to kill your brother. Now, with that being said, did you hear what Waka Flocka Mom said? Waka Flocka Mom said he really didn't kill Pookie Loc. I need y'all to understand a lot of this credit and a lot of this value that we give to these dudes that has to do with them being real street dudes. It's not always real. It should just be stories. This should just be stories. They don't really be real. It's not always real. So I say that to say this. Almost all of Gucci Mane's artists, with the exception of about one or two, is either dead or in jail. I think one girl got dropped and another girl is still on the album. I think everybody else is like dead or in jail. You got to get the artists out of the hood, man. You can't sign the artists and leave them in the fucking area with. Because they don't care. They don't care if the artists get killed. They don't care if the artists kill nobody. They don't care if the artists OD. That's the problem. There's probably a dude right down the block from Homeboy that was 3 times the rapper. But he was a good kid. So they couldn't sell him to the popular. They couldn't sell him to the people. How the hell are they going to sell a rapper to the people that ain't a killer? Somebody explain that shit to me. You literally got to be a killer, a murderer, or a gang nigga to become a rapper. Nowadays. Our rappers from the 90s and the early 2000s, that was the last time it was safe. Shout out to 2 Chainz. You want to know why? 2 Chainz stay out of the way. Shout out to all the rappers that stay out of the way. These guys stay out of the way. Shout out to them. And then the worst part, in my opinion, is a lot of these dudes ain't really like that. So y'all pushing out a narrative and y'all saying shit that's encouraging other people to go throw their lives away. And you not even really like that. Even if you was, I hope you stop doing that. But you not even really like that. And now this is going to go to my last point while all of this is happening to these dudes. When we speak, we cast spells. These guys is getting on the stage and all they're talking about is death and murder. All they're talking about is death and murder. Why wouldn't their life end up either in jail or end up with them dead? All they talk about is death and murder. We all know that if you keep repeating something over and over, you can make it happen. So y'all guys is out here singing songs talking about death and murder. If I'm a little sluggish, I'm tired. I was dealing with these people on the phone, and then I was on the phone. So I'm a little exhausted. We're going to be good, though. I think Joe Budden has a point. I actually agree with Joe Budden. I'm not disagreeing with him. But I think that it's more important that it's I don't listen to these guys, but it's us. It's the population. I once had a dude that came on my channel, and he said that he doesn't listen to a rapper. I don't know if I think he was just being honest. But he didn't like Nas because Nas didn't live his raps. But he also only wants to listen to gangster raps where people talk about killing and murdering each other. I need for y'all to realize what y'all saying to yourselves when you say that this is what you want. You only want to listen to black people talk about killing other black people. That's what interests you. And you want it to be real, so what interests you in reality is black people killing other black people. You gotta do better. You gotta do better. You gotta figure something out. I don't know how, I don't know when, but we gotta figure something out. You gotta do better. Oh, how many votes we got? About 7. Do you think Joe Budden has a point? 71% said yes. 29% said no so far. Let's get to the next one. I'm gonna pull up a screen on this real quick. Hold on. I want to talk about this. I ain't gonna lie, just thinking about opening up the chat. I don't even feel like doing the show tonight. What's his name? CJSoCool or some shit? He was shot 4 times. Oh no, you're not doing this. I will fuck with the shade room. They be wrong a lot. Y'all just fuck it. They actually be wrong a lot. Nah, I don't want your cookies. What's up, people? They be wrong a lot. Good fuck, yo. Yeah, I just don't know they be wrong. They be wrong a lot. I think they be wrong on purpose, though. I think it'd be agenda based. I think they be trying to push agendas or whatever. YouTube's CJSoCool share hospital photos after allegedly being shot 4 times during a house invasion. That's him. He looked like fucking Offset, right? YouTube star Cordero James Bradley, known to fans as CJSoCool, says he was shot 4 times during a home invasion on Thursday. According to Brady's Instagram story, the alleged attack occurred in the early hours of Thursday at 3 a.m. and left him hospitalized. So far, I'm doing okay. He added alongside a message asking fans to keep him and his children in their prayers. He then shared a photo of his bloody leg for what appeared to be in the hospital bed. In the hospital, got shot 4 times in a home invasion at 3 a.m. Please Keep me and my kids in your prayers. So far, I'm doing okay. While it is unclear whether his children was present at the time of the incident, the YouTuber was actively shared glimpses of his kids since his debut on the platform in 2014. During his early days, he posted numerous videos with fellow internet personalities. Charlene Young, known to his social media followers as Royalty Johnson. I have no idea who that is. I think I heard the name before, though. And their twins. Okay, I'm not going to try to do those names. But the last one is CJ Bradley Jr., I'm guessing. Cordelia and oh, are they twins? They are twins. And they're twins. With the appearances from her 3 children, Leonidas. Okay, we're not doing any of those. The video also featured glimpses of Brady's 11-year-old daughter, whom he shares with ex-girlfriend. Wowzers. Lewis shared well wishes for Bradley following the incident, writing on her Instagram story, "I'm so happy it wasn't this time. God had other plans. Get well, baby daddy." A representative of Bradley could not immediately respond to people's requests for comment. Home invasions are no joke, she wrote on the bottom of the photo. "Thank you to everyone that's helping and working on this case. People have reached out to the Henderson Police Department, who is handling the incident." The home was first displayed by the 33-year-old internet personality to his 8.86 million subscribers. In the YouTube video in October, during the video, he expressed that he purchased the home only after living in the last home for about 9 months because he needed a fresh start, and that was the time to start. All right, so I'm not going to read too much more of this. It's not saying nothing about the actual crime. So I wanted to say something, though, just in regard to safety, because everybody think this shit is funny until a YouTuber died. Now, I'm going to tell you what's going to happen. And this is just my opinion. People like to think this shit is funny, right? But what you got to understand is when you're a social media person, there's millions of people, possibly millions of people, definitely in his case, that know who you are and you don't know who they are. And a lot of these people sometimes, they feel like you have an obligation to them. I've seen people in public that know me, and because I walked past them and didn't say hi to them, they don't acknowledge me. They didn't say hi to me. They didn't wave. They didn't do nothing. They was just standing there, in some cases not even looking at me, as I was just walking, minding my business. And then when I passed by them, they be like, "Oh, he think he the shit. He can't even say hi." I don't know you. I don't know how you look. I can't see that little picture for everybody. The picture's like this tiny on my screen, yo. You understand this? So, and I'm not saying this tiny this part, this tiny this part. So, a lot of times people have their own grandiose idea of who they are, and you might not even know who they are. But since they know who you are, they assume you also have to know who they are, if you understand what I'm saying. You get it? So, I say all that to say this. It really is dangerous for content creators. When you got people beefing with you online, it's dangerous. When you don't have people beefing with you online, it's still dangerous, but not as dangerous. That man had people run up into his home. I say this much for everybody, especially when you're living. Oh, shit. Oh, no, that was another screen. I say this for every. Shout out to Symbology Skin. We got Symbology Skin up in here. I haven't seen you in a while, my brother. Hope everything is going well with you. Salute. I'm going to say this because people think this shit is cap. Listen. Whenever you become successful at something, you have people who failed. They're mad at you. I'm going to say this again. Whenever you become successful at something, you have people who failed. They're mad at you. You didn't do nothing to them, but to them, you did all of the things. Their interpretation is, whatever it is that you're doing, you shouldn't be doing because they can't. I tried to do that and it didn't work for me, so he got to be scamming. No, you just suck. All right? I'm not even going to play. Sometimes we're not good at shit. Let's say I tried to go play soccer. I suck. It ain't for me. You get it? Start acknowledging that to yourself. What you are good at and what you are not good at. It makes life so much easier. Pardon me. You'll spend less time doing shit you're not supposed to be doing. Acknowledge to yourself what you are good at and what you are not good at. Acknowledge it to yourself. How are you supposed to find the things that you're good at if you're only interested in doing things that other people are good at? Think about that for a moment. Shout out to Rue. Don't nobody see them dots. Jones. He says, spaghetti for me in the saloon. Rue. Saloon is open. Rue, don't nobody see them dots. Jones pulls up to the saloon. He comes through the door. He has one of them big belts on. He has a belt here. He has one of them belts like this. He comes into the saloon. He has one of these belts like this. I gotta put this over my crotch because there's these guys that be crotch watching. So he comes into the saloon. He's coming in. He looks left. He looks right. He goes to the bounce. He says, "Look, man, I need you to go into the back. I want all the spaghettis. I want so many spaghettis that my stomach is gonna be exploding until exploding out of all sides of me, out of my butt, out of my mouth, out of my ears, out of my penis hole." Bouncer looks at him. Bouncer's a mute, by the way. He just doesn't talk. Bouncer looks at him. Goes like this. He walks to the back. Rule, don't nobody see them dots. Jones walks up to the bartender. Bartender says, "How you doing today, my brother?" He said, "I've been ordering them there spaghettis." He said, "You ordering some spaghetti? Not a problem. We got this new mead." He passes him a beer. He slides it down the bar, swings over. Rue grabs it all in one motion. Drinks the beer. Gong, 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 gong. The bartender, the bouncer, comes out of the back. He has a giant pot like this in one plate. He comes over. He puts it on the table. He puts the plate on the table. Then he scoops out a giant dish of spaghetti. He throws it on the jump off. Rue says, "If anybody else wants some spaghetti, pull up." Rue Jones is sharing his spaghetti with anybody that pulls up into the saloon tonight. Shout out to Rue. Don't nobody see them dots. I did the Jedi shit. Don't nobody see them dots. Jones pulling up in the saloon, having them their spaghettis. I know what, I should make some spaghetti tomorrow, right? I think I want to make some spaghetti tomorrow. My spaghetti costs like $30 to make. I'm just being honest with you. It costs me about $30 to make my spaghetti. If I make my spaghetti. It costs about $30. I think I want to make some spaghetti. It's good. It's good. It's good. I cook my ass off. Shout out to New Jones. Who's next? I tell y'all what, let's do this. Okay, so somebody said I have to make a way for the chat to get open. I can't just leave the chat closed. Basically, I have to make a way to make it so that if the people want the chat open, the chat could be open. So this is what we'll do from now on. And I don't really want to do this. I'll leave it up to you guys because I don't want to do it. So we're going to close this poll. Do you think Joe Budden has a point? 50-50. Because I don't want to do this, but somebody that's yes or no. Do you think we should make a parameter to open up the chat? Somebody wants me to do it. I don't really want to do it. I'm just being 100% honest with you. I'm not even gonna lie. Somebody wants me to do it. I don't really want to do it. Do you think we should make a parameter to open up the chat? I'll leave it up for a little while. I don't really look at these shits too tough. because they usually come fuck up the damn thing anyway and ruin it. So I don't really look at this shit too tough. But we'll see. I'll leave the questions up. I think we should. There's a lot of people that think we should leave the chat closed. I think you should just become Green Team. It's $5 a month. It's not gonna kill you. I'm definitely not opening the chat if I'm not receiving some kind of benefit. That's a fact. So think about that as you're doing your answer. Hassan Shipman, I already know where you're voting. There's a lot of people that agree with you. And it just, I don't like. There's a lot of people that agree with you. And you are a supporter of the channel, so you absolutely have a bigger voice than people who are not a supporter of the channel, just so we can be clear. Yeah, Gucci just signs Killers. This was in November. Gucci just signed up to Miss Fearless. Gucci just signs Killers. We got to change this narrative, y'all. Like, we really got to change this narrative. Like, we got to be better than this, yo. We really have to change this narrative that we can't be nice to each other. That it's all sucker shit, yo. That's all. It's all sucker shit. It's all sucker shit. It's all niggas that are suckers doing sucker shit. Niggas that's fucking jealous of other niggas. It's all sucker shit. Just jealous, lazy niggas.
Everybody. Good evening, good evening, good evening. Wow. As I live and breathe. Interesting. I've heard of...
Hold on. We going right back in there. I just want to turn on the speaker for y'all.
Because of content, supposedly, read that a page has been blocked or wiped before any content has ever gone. I know that sometimes pages can be stopped because, hey, God bless all of you. Thank you so very, very, very much. I know there are times when there is, what they may consider inappropriate content or whatever the case may be. But I've never heard of a session being blocked before anything actually begins on IG. That might be a first. I'd like to welcome all of you and thank you so much for taking your time to come in tonight and to be a part of this. I'm grateful. Just want to ask everybody that is on here. I haven't been on IG like this in over 2.5 years. It's been over 2.5 years. that I've not really posted anything that, you know,
If you don't
is a
say
message
something
from
soon,
myself.
I'm getting up out of here.
I used to be very consistent in posting messages that were really bent or aimed at encouraging people, strengthening people throughout the time
And
of COVID.
only because we're on show. I might be able to get an interview with him also.
Yeah, that has really been, you know, aimed at being an encouragement. I remember during the times of COVID that I really started to address the, you know, dealing with the spirit of fear and self-doubt. And throughout all of that time, you know, people were engaged, and I'm grateful. It was encouraging to hear that the message was not merely, you know, going out, but that people were actually receiving from it. And so for 2.5 years, over 2.5 years, I've not really said anything. I have walked through the season. We have been through the storm and the rain, and we have kept ourselves strong. In fact, let me correct that. God kept us strong. And I'm grateful for everything that the Lord has done and how he has kept my family, because guess what? We have been through so much. And that is why tonight I thought it was time to speak. In the book of Ecclesiastes, it is written, there's a time to speak and there's a time to keep silence. And I do believe that the time has come to speak for now, you know, for now. So tonight I want to take you on a little bit of a journey, and I pray that you will stay with me. I pray that you will strap on your seatbelts and be ready to take this ride with me. Many of you for some time have been concerned as to what has been going on with regards to Tory. Just give me 1 sec, please. I'm so
This is
sorry.
Tory
Just give me
Lanez's
1
father.
moment. This won't take long.
Okay.
Yeah. A lot of you have been concerned about him. I am grateful to all of you who have loved him, have stayed with him. And as you know, we've just come through a trial that ended in the way that it ended.
His
And I
lawyers are
appreciate
trash.
all of you who at least have decided not to allow your mind to be hijacked by a narrative that others would want you to believe, as though you have no sense, as though you have no mind, as though you should never be allowed to think for yourself. And that's basically what it has been. So I really want to go back, just buying a little bit of time, because I would like for as many ears as I possibly can get to hear what I have to say tonight, because I believe that I'm speaking from a place of truth, from a place of love. And some of you who are coming on, I appreciate, by the way, a couple of you contacted us, my wife's page, and a couple of you have said, hey, listen, how can we help? Because it's very obvious that there are certain forces that would not want my voice to speak tonight. But this is not new. This kind of warfare began just over 2.5 years ago. 2.5 years. No, we are, 2.5 years and a couple of months ago, let's say, give or take. So tonight, I want to take the time to paint you a different picture, because there are those who felt that it was important to paint my son, Daystar Peterson, aka the artist Tory Lanez, with a particular brush and to hold him up in a particular light to make people think that he is a monster, that he is this really, really terrible person that did a really, really terrible thing. When I look at the fact that these people were willing to go to no length to make sure that story is told and told and told and told, it makes you question why. You see, I was the first person that he called when he was able to call on the phone to say something about the situation that had happened back then. I must say this to you, however, before I get started. It is not my intention tonight to go into merits of the ongoing trial. Thank you. He is, in fact, innocent. God bless you for stating that, and all of you who have stated it and continue to state that my son should, in fact, be free. So I am not going to get into speaking about a case that is not over, although many would like to think that it is or would hope that it is. So I'm not going to get into speaking about the merits of a case, about the legal realities of it. They are experts in that field who are standing up to address it now. And so I will allow them to do what they do best. And I will do what I know that God has gifted me to do best. And that's number one, to tell the truth. That's number one. That's number two, to be a voice for truth. You see, truth is not a philosophy, people. Truth is not an ideology. Truth is not a religion. It's not a doctrine. I have been a servant of God for years. My children grew up as they saw us go from sometimes city to city, nation to nation. We lived in a lot of different places. And on one hand, that really gave us an international perspective of the world and what it's really all about. And so there are some things that I do want to say, and I would ask that you can help me to get it out as far and wide as it is possible to get it out. I pray that those of you who showed up for Live at 7 to find that my page had gone dark, was just a black screen there, that I pray that you return. Thank you again for those of you who actually reached out. I've had a couple of calls, some messages, and people are saying, hey, how can we help you to do this? How can we help you to do that? Can we get you on station head, etc., etc.? And I appreciate all of that. I'm not coming tonight with vengeance in my heart. I'm not coming to try to tear people down. I'm not trying to render evil for evil. As the word of God that I have taught and lived or sought to live for years have told me to love even my enemies. It's not easy sometimes, I can tell you that. But I have sought to walk the love walk, and I've taught my children to do the same. One thing I do know for sure is that I never hold anyone in my heart in unforgiveness, because I've learned that unforgiveness is like pouring acid into a container. If you pour acid into a container, it will first affect the container before it affects anything outside of the container. So I do not ever allow people and what they have to say to be either the standard by which I determine anything in this life. I would rather forgive people so that I can have a clear heart, that I'm able to hear God. I've been told that if I were to go live tonight, there are those who will take my words and spin them for whatever they want to make it say. However, I've also learned not to fear men, but only to fear Almighty God. You see, Jesus said this one day. He said, "Do not fear those who can kill the body, but rather fear him who, after the body has been killed, can also destroy the soul in hellfire. So I've learned over the years not to fear men. Now we are living in the time of the internet. We're living in a time of social media. And it is so sad to see social media becoming a place that is so...
Okay. Not that I don't want to hear what he has to say, but obviously he can't tell us anything about the actual case. He's hurting, obviously, as he should be, and as is 100% expected. But obviously, he can't talk about the actual case. I actually should try to get him on the show. That is actually more possible than y'all guys actually know. It's actually more possible than you guys actually know. Not for nothing. I've been in the communications with him before. Hi and bye. I want to say something real quick, and I want to get back to what we were talking about. But Tory Lanez's lawyers were terrible. If that's something that he's going to say, then okay. But if he's saying anything else other than that, it might not be beneficial to Tory. All right, we get to the regular show. Real quick. There's a lot of no, mostly no's. Okay. Do you think that we should make a parameter to open the chat? Mostly no's. Boom. Okay. I told you I don't usually take I don't always take the vote into consideration because I usually assume it's being skewed by people that's just trying to like fuck the chat up. So I don't always take the vote into consideration. But I take it into consideration now, not just because it's already saying no, but also we have an individual in here who is a big contributor to we have another individual who's a pretty big, and they say they want me to be open to it. So we'll see what happens. But I really prefer to keep the chat closed because what's going to happen? I'm just going to talk and have weirdos in here saying some weird shit. And I don't have the admin or the temperament right now. And right now, I don't have the temperament to want to deal with it. I want to go back to talking about CJ real quick, if you don't mind. YouTube content creator, it was a home invasion. I 100% believe that if I didn't currently live in a gated community, that they would have tried to kick my door down already. I 100% believe that. If I didn't currently live in a gated community, I believe that these people would have tried to already take my life. So I kind of feel a certain connection, not with CJ, I don't know, but with what the situation is. Because a lot of times people think this internet shit is fake. This internet shit ain't all fake, man. There's people that want to do the internet so bad. And when they see you able to do it and they can't, they want to take your life. This is a real thing. I know y'all think it's not. I was going to pull something up. It's a real thing. Just think about how often people die because another nigga is jealous. It's the same thing. So when y'all see YouTube content creators or social media influencers or whatever, and they just happen to be in that realm of YouTube, like where I'm at, where there's just all evil. Like I'm just surrounded by evil. What you have to understand is this isn't fake. All right? It's not fake. There's some niggas and they wish they had your swag. There's some niggas and they wish they had your clout. There's some niggas and they wish they had your brains. They don't. Get it? In the next couple of days, expect for so much to be going on our Amazon. I don't want to get too far into it because I don't want to get too far into it, but expect so much stuff to be going on our Amazon. And we're going to be making moves and we're going to be doing things. And now that I because people was trying to buy the book, but they couldn't because there was a problem with my Amazon. But now the problem is gone, and people could buy the book now. So just give it a minute. Y'all gonna be able to go purchase the shit. Y'all gonna be able to see what kind of writing I do, and then when that happens, you're gonna see what it really is. And I promise you, you're gonna understand just how talented the nigga really is. All right? You're gonna see all of the different things that I could do. You're gonna see how talented I am, and then you're just gonna look and you're gonna understand. All right. Let's have our wishes, well wishes going out to CJ. He was shot 4 times. I don't know whatever else he could have been involved in, but when you a social media influencer, just like you got a ton of people that love you, you got people that hate you. You got people that wish that they were you. All right. Why do you think so many people got cloned accounts? You know what I'm saying? Why do you think you got so many, like, if you go to like one of those Instagram chicks and you got people that got the fake Instagram chick pages because they trying to get their subs up because they can't do it because they can't do it. You understand? Because they can't do it. They don't have the skill. They don't have the charisma. They don't have the energy because they can't do it. I could have been had an interview with him a dumb long time ago too. We got caught up doing some other shit that didn't make no damn sense. All right. What's the next? I want to make sure I do everything on our criteria. I started finding out that we didn't do everything on our criteria sometimes, so I want to make sure that we do everything, and that's why then I'll move back around. Pardon me. I told you I'm tired. All right, so LaRussell, y'all know who LaRussell is, right? So I just wanted to say something real quick. Don't do what he just did. So apparently what happened was Rock Nation allegedly gave him a bad deal, and he just recently came out and spoke on such bad deal. He was like, yo, so they sent him a contract or whatever, and he was like, man, I'm not doing this. And then they sent him another contract and was like, yo, the other one was a mistake, so it is. And he said it was like a $750,000 difference between the two contracts. But if he would have signed that first contract, he would have been stuck with it. You understand what I'm saying? The only reason why they sent him the other contract was because he ain't fine to sign the first one. So he said he ain't signed with them at all. That's kind of the energy I would have had, not for nothing. So he said he wouldn't sign with them at all. I'm going to do one better for you. Why are you signing with anyone? See, the problem is niggas want to be rich. See, a nigga like me only want to be comfortable. The only reason why I want to be comfortable is because when I'm comfortable, I create my best shit. I have no wish to own a jet. I have no wish. I might want to buy an island, but I have no wish. I have no wish for these things. I have no wish. I don't care if I'm worth $100 million or if I'm worth $100,000. If that $100,000 could give me peace. I don't care if I'm worth 100 billion or if I'm worth $1 million. If that million gives me peace. I'm not searching for a dollar amount. I'm searching for peace to be able to create the things that I want to bring to everybody so I could bring joy to people. That's what I'm personally searching for. Just so we can be clear. That's it. That's what I'm searching for. So LaRussell shouldn't have did that. That's a story that you tell 10 years down the road. That's a story that you tell 20 years down the road. That's not a story you tell 5 minutes down the road. 5 minutes down the road, you got to keep mum on that, LaRussell. Because you're going to need to work with them in some capacity at some time, even if it isn't with your music. Get it? So that was 100%, in my opinion, a bad look. I don't think LaRussell should have did that. Somebody should have been in his ear telling him to do different. Somebody should have said, yo, look, that's not it. We're not going to tell this story. You got to keep this shit close to the vest. Because 10 years down the road, that's a great story to tell. 5 minutes down the road, you might have just shot yourself in the foot. The interesting thing about this is, I'm just thinking about this right now. Did he just tell the story because he's team? Because he's an umbrella? Did he just tell the story because he's an umbrella? Everybody's blaming Roc Nation for his situation. I think Interscope might have more to do with it. The one thing I don't know Jay-Z to do right now is to tear down other black artists. Not saying he ain't. He goes after other labels. Right? Roc Nation went and took, what's her name, from Carl Crawford. But Jay-Z generally helps other rappers. Generally speaking. I'm not saying he didn't do it. I'm just saying, generally speaking, he helps other rappers, man. I don't know Interscope to be helping other rappers. I think that this is a just as good or a better possibility that this shit went left because of Interscope rather than Jay-Z. But who? What the fuck do I know? Right? Now, with that being said, also, just so we could be clear, when he got out of that deal with Interscope, I believe he got out of that deal because he got help from a third party, which could have been Roc Nation. Roc Nation could have believed that he was going to sign to them. But after they helped him, he didn't sign to them. Everything, if that's what happened, everything he got after that, he asked for. You get it? Now, if you take that and you also take the fact that he was breaking his doctrine with the Most High, I can't stress this enough. First of all, you're not supposed to sleep with other people's wives. That's one. Second, we got to try to keep our covenant with the Most High. That protects us from Satan. I believe he broke his covenant with the Most High, so he was susceptible to be enslaved. When the Most High is upset with us and we won't do what he tells us to do, he puts us in bondage. Yes, that's what the Bible says. I was trying to look for the passage. I'm not 100% sure where it's at. But when the Most High wants us to do something and we neglect to do it, he puts us in bondage, homie. Where's Tory Lanez going? Jail. You can tell I'm tired, right? You tell I'm tired, I look fatigued as shit, right? You can tell. I'm tired of shit. I'm tired of shit. Let's see if he's saying anything right now.
Members of our family have long decided that we are not going to hold any animosity against Megan Pete, aka Megan the Stallion. We forgave that girl long time ago, because again, we know that the principle of forgiveness is important in order to cleanse one's heart, to cleanse one's soul, and to not be, bound up with hatred and hatred, trust me, resentment, bitterness, those things can.
He's not wrong about any of this. That's another thing that why Satan attacks you. You understand? I am exhausted. I'm not gonna lie. We've been here an hour and 5 minutes. I covered kind of everything that we was talking about. I'm cloudy up here. I have not had enough rest today. I did not put Symbology Skin out there. Yeah, I got the bag season, man. Go cop some merch. We are uploading tomorrow. No, I'm tired. I ain't gonna lie to you. I'm sorry. I might have to call it a night. I'm really sorry. All right, let's stay here. I'm tired for real. I see that y'all don't want it open up. But look, I just put the vote up there. More than anything else, I wanted to show that the show is just usually better when I could actually do it. I want people in the chat, but who want to just watch people disrespect you all day and say, "Oh, we're making your show better by disrespecting you"? So don't nobody care for that. Let me go check something else real quick. His lawyers were terrible. You should just got on there and talked about how his lawyers was terrible. You don't got to say what they missed on. But he should have got on there and just talked about how his lawyers was terrible. He ain't have to say what they missed on, though. I'm looking to see did they make it buyable yet, or is it still waiting? That's just my books is back up. Get my books back up, so I'm just pumped up. You have no idea. Alright, Kindle pricing still in progress. Copy. Not finished. Book content. That shit went through. Table of contents. Copy. I will go back in to the table of contents. Launch previewer. I'm gonna show y'all my new shit. Hold on, I want to show y'all my new shit. I'm gonna show y'all my new shit. This is our new shit. And consoles. This is our new shit. I got 151 pages. That's what that shit mean? I don't know what that shit mean. No, that's 4. So this is our new shit. This is what I do, man. I do lots of different things. This is our new shit. This is our new shit. That can't be 151 pages because this is only one chapter. This is our new shit. This is our new shit. Our book will be, this chapter will be available in about a day or two. You can go check it out for yourself. This is our new shit. This is our new shit. some new shit. So that's the first. This is the first chapter of it. This is some new shit. I gotta work on the they're also gonna be audiobooks is also gonna be released on these also, by the way. So it's not just gonna be the written books. I'm also gonna work on the audiobooks to make sure we get the audiobooks out there. Shout out to Sebastian Timkins up in here. Dropping all of those frosts also. You gotta drop those frosts again because I didn't open the jump off in time. Oh no, I could pin them bitches. Do you believe Jaguar White had accusations in the industry? Which accusations are you talking about specifically? Jaguar White made a lot of accusations. The industry could be a dirty place, man. What? Oh, he's getting the beard thing put on his face. I'm not gonna do none of that. I don't think we're supposed to, so I'm not doing none of that. My bed is gonna be where my bed is. If I have it, I have it. If I don't, I don't. Y'all don't see what I'm talking about. This dude right here, he got the surgery thing, the implant for his beard. So he's healing right now. I guess he got it on his head too to make it. No, we got that. So he just got it for the beard. I'm good. I'm fine with what God gave me. Ben Simmons has 0 points, 13 assists, and 9 rebounds. I just really dislike that guy. I just dislike him. I mean, I don't dislike him. It's just like, Ben, what the fuck, man? Scoring is the easiest part of basketball, homie. Sheesh. And that's not cap. Scoring is the easiest part of fucking basketball. The only other easier part is being on a bench. And I'm saying when you are athletic, like he's athletic. It shouldn't be so hard to score when you're athletic. Literally, when you're athletic, you don't even need a jump shot. Sheesh. He's uber athletic. He shouldn't be having all these problems. What in the hell, yo? No, she look like she already dead, yo. I mean, she passed away, but these people be looking weird, yo. People be looking weird. I don't know what to tell you. People be weird, yo. I don't know what to tell you. Rick and Morty co-creator Justin Rowland charged with felony domestic violence. Which Jaguar Wright story are you talking about? Because Jaguar Wright got a lot of stories, and some of those stories is true. Also, if I was you, I would probably believe some of what Keith Murray been saying. And yeah, he's a dope fiend. If I was you, I would be believing some of what Keith Murray has been saying. And yes, he's a dope fiend. Think the nigga smoke crack or some shit. For real, for real. He a dope fiend. But I would be believing some of what Keith Murray says if I was y'all. He's not 100% off. And he said a couple of things, and I'm like, this nigga, he trying to get killed. For real, for real. Keith Murray said a couple of things. I'm like, this guy trying to get killed out here. What the fuck is he talking about? The most beautifulest thing in the world is just like that. I get in ya. You mythological niggas is comical. The astronomical is coming through like the flu, bombing you. And I'm bombing in your crew too. With the mystical, magical, mythical. You know how I do. Keith Murray. Your nigga was nice. You mythological niggas is comical. The astronomical is coming through like the flu, bombing you. And I'm bombing in your crew too. With the mystical, magical, miracle. You know how I do. He was nice. He was nice. He was nice. He was just big word after big word after big word. It was nice. He actually dropped around the same time Nas dropped. Hold on. I can't see. He dropped around the same time Nas dropped. I'm tired, y'all, so y'all gonna have to pardon me. All right? This the one? No, it's not that. Close this. There we go. Hold on. Okay. When was his first album? Sheesh, hurry. When was his first album came out? 1984. When was Nas' first album? That was 82, right? Nas' first album. No, Nas' first album was 84 too, right? It was 82 though. I think it was 82. Let's see. You gotta tell me when it came out, you right, bastard? 82. Recorded. Released 94. See? I keep saying 80. Yeah, they both came out in 94. I figured they came out at the same time. They both came out in 94. That's wild because that's the only album I remember. Not for nothing. And he went to jail or some shit. I guess the nigga came out. He went to jail at some point or some shit. I always wonder why he dropped off the map. I guess he dropped off the map because he had his drug problem was too incredible. He doesn't have a net worth. Not even trying to be disrespectful. Net worth $2 million. Shout out to that guy. First album was hard though. That fucking most beautifulest thing in the world. That song was so fucking beast. That was beast, man. Everybody that don't know. When he first came out, I remember having a conversation with somebody about who was better, him or Nas. Real talk. Real talk. I was having a conversation with somebody who's better, him or Nas. I absolutely love you. I'll do it tomorrow. I've got to remember, but I'll do it tomorrow. Because I still got to record the ebook tomorrow. So I'll do it tomorrow. I still got to record my ebook and stuff like that tomorrow. So I'll do it tomorrow. I am exhausted. And I still have a couple of things that I have to do before I can wrap it up. We were extremely productive today. Got a lot of things done today. Also, we are going to fix this computer ourselves. I gotta order the screen. We're gonna fix this computer ourselves. We're gonna get on to a lot of stuff. So I got a lot of shit I gotta do. Taxstone text out. Kevin Lyles testified that YSL wasn't a gang, and then the street dudes made a square look like a liar. Disgusting levels of sodium. He ain't wrong. Why did these street guys make Kevin Lyles look like a liar? Why was he the only one who tried to protect Thug? Is the square the real nigga? Like right nowadays, the square really is the real nigga. But who been telling you that for the longest? This guy. I've been telling you that for the longest. The square really is the real nigga nowadays. We was actually just talking about that. Right? About how the dudes in the street be having feminine, not all dudes obviously, but how there's a lot of dudes, street niggas that got feminine tendencies. Wasn't we just talking about that? Everybody wanted to be around Thug till it started raining. Facts. God got you, beloved. You see the evil that's formed against you acting. First of all, I'm not here for people that committing crimes. But hold your man down though, because you committing crimes also. And you locked up. You're not coming home anytime soon. He's not coming home. He's not coming home. I promise you that. He's not coming home. He can't even snitch on a nigga and come home. He's not coming home. And I'm not wishing that on him, by the way. I just want to be clear on that. I'm not wishing that on anybody. I'm just saying he's not coming home. He's not coming home. Fucked up. He went somewhere, a nigga called his bluff, and then he did the thing. That's why I don't never try to call nobody bluff on me. Like, if I know, like, right off the rip, I'm not trying to call your bluff. I'm trying to get the fuck up out of here. There's a lot of dudes dead right now because they called a bluff of some sucker nigga, some feminine ass nigga. Some nigga that you busy walking on the block minding your business and they yelling and screaming at you over nothing. Feminine ass niggas. A lot of people ain't here no more. Don't call niggas bluffs, man. Go home to your family. You heard? Don't be out here trying to call nobody bluff and see who's tougher. Go home to your family. Some people ain't got shit to live for, man. Go home to your family. I'll be looking for signs and everything. So, I'm gonna let y'all go. I got too much I gotta do before I actually hit the sack. The show in the morning is gonna be a lot more energetic. I promise you. I'm just exhausted. Show in the morning is gonna be a lot more energetic. I might need a detox, man. For real, for real. Like I might need a detox. Somebody hit me up and let me know how to do a detox. I want to do a detox. Somebody tell me how to do a detox. Um, that might be why I'm sluggish and I'm like low energy and shit like that. I might need a detox, right? That makes sense, right? Somebody tell me about I don't know how to do no detoxes and shit like that. Somebody tell me about a detox. Especially now I don't smoke weed or nothing. No. Sheesh. People love to just okay, I'm just gonna leave it alone. I'm gonna let y'all go. I'm exhausted, and I am exhausted. Got a lot to do. I gotta create some YouTube content because I gotta send some stuff to a guy. But I have been working on platforms outside of YouTube so I could build my shit back up outside of YouTube, as y'all can see with my books and stuff like that. So for the next couple of days, I'm gonna be heavy on that. I gotta do some. Get my ebooks together, and I gotta get my when I talk it. So I'm gonna get all that shit together next couple of days. With that being said, look. Oh, and our newspaper should be up soon. Give it a couple of more, maybe 2 months. Maybe in 2 months, I'm gonna bring the newspaper back. Excuse. Maybe about 2 months, we're gonna bring the newspaper back. So we're gonna get that going. So everybody, just have a good night. I'm exhausted. I can't even tell you how tired I am, and I got some shit to do. So we're gonna be back in the morning. I promise to be more energetic in the morning, to have more energy in the morning. We're gonna be able to go in the morning. And so I'm gonna let y'all go. Like, comment, subscribe, join the notification gang. #BronxBombs. Let's get it. Love y'all. Take care of each other. Hug the kids for me. I haven't forgot about you. And that's all I got on this one. I'm just exhausted, y'all. I'm sorry about this. We're gonna have to do this tomorrow.